Good morning, guys. You know what time it is. It's time for tactics. Hey, so I played a really good one this morning against a strong player from Sudan. And I've played him a couple times now on chess.com, and he's just very solid. There's one thing, though, that he could work on, and this is not exclusive to him, but it's also a lot of us, his endgame play. So he was up 5.3 points on me in the end game. And I mean, I went through the game. There's not a ton that I could have done differently. I mean, he played very, very well. But, we really got to work on end games, guys. So let's go through this. We're going to start at move 44. I'm playing black. He was white. And he just made the move rook to d6 check. I move king g8, or king g7, rather. I don't want him to get behind my h5 pawn. So that's my concern because my pawns are disconnected. So now he moves is a great move on his part. Rook to b6, attacking my bishop. Now you're like, why is that such a great move? Well, after I go bishop to c2, he goes king to d2 and puts me in Zugzwang because I can't go rook or bishop to b1 now because he'll just take with a rook. And I have to move my bishop. The computer wanted me to move king to f7, which I thought was kind of a crazy computer move. And the reason I didn't want to do that, and I did see that in the game, was because rook can get behind my h5 pawn. And if he gets my h5 pawn, I'm done for because he's got two connected pawns. He's going to just basically wear me down on the king side here, or where my king is. And his king can just sit there on d2 and play defense, so my pawn never pushes or promotes or anything like that. So I surely don't want to lose my h5 pawn. So I want to get that out of the way and explain why I think these computer moves sometimes are a little bit incorrect in a sense. So I moved bishop to a4, which it'll show as an inaccuracy, but that was the reasoning I did that. And he goes, well, he takes the pawn. But this is okay, and it's a better solution for me to not lose my h5 pawn and give that pawn up because I can drop here and hope for the best, hope for a draw, and with solid play by both sides, should be, maybe a draw. Otherwise, he's going to win. Now I come back here, protecting both these pawns. He comes down here. These are all excellent moves. And then he moves here, which is an excellent move as well. So I should be toast here, guys. I should be done. But I think, and I moved king to g7. I think a common problem that a lot of us players have, or just a lot of players in general, is, he's got the rook for the bishop. So he's, in his mind, he's winning. There's no way he's going to give up the rook. Well, the proper play here, and I saw this in the game, is to take the pawn on f5. If rook takes f5, bishop takes f5, king takes f5, I mean, that's game over for black. So he doesn't take it, though. And he goes king to e6. Now, pause your videos here because you're going to be playing from my perspective. You're playing black. What's a way we can try to trick white and maybe win this game? All right, so the game move, and my plan was to go bishop to h3 and goad him into taking the f5 pawn now, which is a completely different position from where we were before when his king was on e5. And I'll explain why. So let's go through the moves this way, and then I'll show it on the board. But bishop h3, rook takes f5, king to g6. And now he's going to lose his rook because I have two attackers on the rook, and he can't move it because it's pinned to his king. So that's the downfall of him pushing or going king to e6. So let's show the moves now here. And he fell into it. Here. Here. Now he comes back here. I take. He comes back here, and I play back to d7 with ideas of, getting my king over eventually to the g3 pawn, taking that out, and my bishop can play defense against the f4 pawn. And if he tries to defend it with, say, king to e3 to try to defend his pawns, I can go bishop to c6 and cut off that diagonal. So I'll be able to win this game. So he abandoned the game right here, which, it's technically poor sportsmanship because he was winning. But I can definitely empathize with just the anger, and I can see why this game would drive certain people mad because you work so hard, you get a winning position, and to throw it all away. However, on the flip side of that, you got to study your end games, and I've studied my endings a lot. So if you've seen my previous videos, round 5 at the South Dakota Closed tournament, I lost. Well, I didn't lose, but I should have won the game and ended up getting a draw because I made a mistake tactically in the end game. So I've been studying a lot on end games, and I'm sure a lot of people skip over that because it's not as fun as openings or middle game. But I'm starting to really like end games, guys. It bails you out of a lot of situations. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Work on your end games. If there's a book I had to recommend, one of the books I read and still refer to quite a bit is called Endings by Yasser Seirawan. It's a great book. It's more on the basics of end games, but there is some intermediate and some advanced material in that book. So Yasser Seirawan, GM Yasser Seirawan, and the book's called Endings. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Look for ways to trick your opponents, especially if you're in a losing position, and come out ahead. I'll see you on the next video.